And I'm back with another one. Y'all already know what's going on. It's your boy Daz, and this my journal. If you new here, like, comment, and subscribe. If you've been rocking with me for a while, I appreciate you. Keep tuning in, because I'm going to keep giving y'all gems on a daily basis. Only day I'm not doing it is Sundays. With that being said, today what I want to talk about is learn to love yourself. Learn to love and understand yourself. A lot of people think loving yourself is, oh, I'm gonna take a relaxed day, and I'm gonna relax and spa and go to the spa, and one of them days where you spend it on your money. That's not learning how to love yourself. Of course, that's a good thing to do here and there to pamper yourself, but learning to love yourself is learning to understand exactly who you are. Learning to love yourself is learning to understand what makes you you, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you feel anger, what rises certain emotions out of you. What do you want to do with life? What is the main focus of your life? How do you feel about the life that you're leading right now? A lot of time people don't even ask themselves these questions. They so caught up in just going with the flow of life that they don't actually stop and say, hold on, what am I doing with myself right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing with myself right now in this moment that make me feel like this? Because a lot of times, even me, it was times where I was going through life, I was just going with the flow, and it's like a numb feeling you get. And I feel like they programmed the world to be like this. But that's another story. But I felt so numb. I'm like, I don't like going to this job. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing that. I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to do this. But it's like you feel stuck. And the reason we feel stuck is because we don't truly take the time out to love and understand ourselves and love ourselves enough to say, you know what? I might have to suffer for a little bit, but on the other side of suffering is something great. I used to work this job. It was paying us all right money. I used to work. I didn't do nothing at the job neither. That's one of the laziest jobs I ever had. I could not stand that job. Believe it or not, I couldn't stand that job. And I was like, yo, why I hate being here? Like, all I gotta do is sit here for 8 hours, sometimes 10. Not doing nothing. I don't have to report to nobody, nothing. And I hated it. And I realized that when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime, you're wasting your life. And once you start wasting your life, you start resenting your own self. You start doing things like drinking, smoking, gambling. You just catch yourself in a lot of different addictions. And one of my addictions was drinking and always just having like random sex with girls. And I'm being real honest with y'all. And I was never into gambling. But smoking weed, I stopped smoking weed too. I don't know how long I am. I just don't smoke no more. I don't even count the days. But once you start doing things that's fulfilling to you, life changes. You start to realize that there's way more meaning to life, especially when you start getting closer to God. When you start getting closer to God and you start reading the Bible, you start understanding God. You start understanding what God is, who God is, and how God supports us, and how God is like, is in us too. You start to realize that what we doing, a lot of time what we do when we get the money, we work a job that we barely like just because it pay the bills, is numbing ourselves. And when you numb yourself, you can't feel life. Life is something that you gotta feel your way through. You think they say God gave us intuition for no reason? God gave us an intuition for a reason. A lot of time though, when we so numb to just Getting up, going to work, coming home, drinking, smoking, going to sleep, having a little sex, going to sleep. We get numb to life. We get numb to our intuition. We get numb to hearing God. Hearing what do we have to do? What steps do I got to take next? And that's why once I started I started taking care of my body. That's another thing too. Your body is a temple. I started taking care of my body. Seriously taking care of my body. Like going to the gym, eating better. Like it's certain things I don't eat unless I pray over my food now. Because words is very powerful. And if you're not praying, like when you gotta watch what you're putting into your body. So when you pray over your food, you become like more conscious of what you eat, certain things of that nature. So it's like what I eat, what I put in my body, how I take care of my body, how I used to just I was one of them cats. I had so much one night stands, I couldn't even tell you how much one night stands I had in my life. And that's crazy to me. Now, if you ask me that now, that's crazy to me. I used to go to the club, right? Meet a girl, be so good with slick talk. Yo, come to the bathroom or come down. Let's go to my crib. Hit it same night. And now I look back like, damn, I was just giving myself away. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It felt good in the moment. It felt really, 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 really good in the moment. But now that I look back and understand like more, got a little bit more understanding of life. Not saying that I know it all, because I do not, and I always ask God for more knowledge and more wisdom, because once you start learning, you start knowing that it's so much more you gotta learn in this world. And I think that you can go your whole life learning, and you could die not knowing even a quarter of what this life have to offer, So that's why it's like learning too. That's like keep taking care of your body, but taking care of your brain also. So you can start to understand. Once you start to understand like the things around you, and you start to take time to yourself and start literally asking yourself certain questions and start to like try to understand yourself. Because at first you're not gonna really understand yourself, especially if you've been going through just a life and the flows of life, the ebbs and flows of life, and you just going to work and you doing certain things and you thinking it's normal. It's gonna take time for you to like get back in your energy and be like, all right, what do I like doing? How do I like feeling? What brings me joy? What makes me feel good? Understand what I'm saying? Like, and once you start asking yourself them questions, you start to realize like, damn, I was literally doing this because it made me, it numbed me. Like the sex used to numb me. That's what sex did for me. Sex, weed, numbed me. Listen, the biggest one of all, alcohol, used to numb me. I used to drink every day. I'm talking about I wake up bright early in the morning. First thing I would do is go buy a drink. The first thing I would do is go buy a drink. Get up, go buy a drink, and then come back to my room and do whatever I'm doing the rest of the day. And when you sit down and you think about like, why am I doing this? You realize that it's a lot of, first I'm gonna say this, animosity towards yourself. When you doing certain habits like that, it's animosity towards yourself. As much as you don't want to believe it, it's really animosity towards yourself. And it's a lot of built up resentment of the years of things you probably haven't addressed yet. You know what I'm saying? So learn to look within yourself and find out what's causing you to do the things that's holding you back. What's causing you to be the person that you are right now? And what can you do to change that to be a better person? What can I do to be a better person? How can I be better? How can I love myself more? Me, how can I love me more? You get what I'm saying? Now, like, I be in the gym now, right? And I'm not even gonna lie. I'm there. I'm there. You heard? I'm there. You heard? But I get looked at a lot, and I be ignoring it. If it was the old me, I got my own crib, got my own spot. I could be wilding right now. But I realized that having one girl and dealing with one girl and putting your love in one girl is better than anything. Because a lot of people think that love, oh, if I love her and she do me wrong, I'm gonna be so hurt. No, sometimes you gotta love people so they could hurt you, so you could see like, all right, some people just don't deserve my love, and you can learn how to detach. Because detachment is another form of love, and that's another story I'm gonna get into. Detachment is another form of love. Because if you can't detach from anything else, from somebody, and they hurting you, if you can't detach from anything that hurts you, you don't love yourself. It's more of abandonment issues. It's more of an abandonment issue. You feel like you gotta have somebody there. You feel like you gotta be with somebody or things of that nature. So it's more like you feel like if you don't have somebody or this, that, and the third, you feel abandoned by people. No. When you should, if anything that don't serve you or is making you feel less of who you are, you should be easily detached from it. So that's some questions I just want you to ask yourself. Like, what am I doing to make me to numb myself every day? What am I doing that's numbing me every day? The second question is, what can I do to make me feel more alive on a daily basis? What can I do to make myself feel alive on a daily basis? You know? And that's two questions. I gave you more in the beginning, but I just want to leave you with those two, because those two is the starting questions right there. And then third is ask God, what do you want me to do, God? Like, what is my life purpose? What is my purpose on this earth? Like, what do you think I should be doing? Like, what? And then He gonna guide you. It might take time, it might take steps, little steps here, there, and there, but you gonna get it eventually. It might take you 5. It might take you 5 years. It might take you 10, depending on how long you've been numbing yourself and how much emotional pain you got to get over. Shit might take you 15, but during them 15, you're gonna see growth, and that's what life's about. That's how you know you're starting to love yourself way more. So with that being said, it's your boy Daz, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.